Today on Focus Gaming News, we're delighted to have with us Nikita Lazarev, the Global Sponsorship Manager at Parimatch. Thank you for joining us, Nikita. How are things there?
Hi, Joe. Yes, all good. Thank you. Thank you for the invite. What about you? How are you guys doing?
We're doing well. We're still here.
Perfect.
It's been an exciting time, really, despite the obviously unprecedented situation for Parimatch. Signed some major partnerships in European football in particular over the last couple of months. Would you like to tell us a little bit about those most recent partnerships and how important you see them as part of Parimatch's strategy?
Sure. We obviously have a strong focus on our Parimatch global brand, and at the beginning of this year, the main focus was to work on those and expand globally. As part of that, we were looking into entering new emerging markets, and obviously, support these support the strategy with big sponsorship agreements is very important for us. That's the reason why we have entered English Premier League, the most watched league in the world. We've partnered with the big two clubs such as you know, Leicester and Everton, and obviously we also had a strong focus on we had an idea we wanted to partner with a big club such as Juventus, obviously top five most big clubs in the European football, and we are here right now dealing with these ones.
Mm-hmm.
And also, as just to add on that, just as part of our strategy, we obviously acquired the new license. Was sub-licensed by BetVictor in the United Kingdom, and obviously this was the major reason why we have partnered with two big clubs within the the EPL and United Kingdom in general.
Yeah, I mean, are you concerned about the sort of focus in some jurisdictions to calls for restrictions on sponsorship agreements with sports? Is that something that's a concern for you regarding Parimatch's strategy?
I personally see this as an opportunity for us, and a good example is Juventus. As we all know, gambling is prohibited in Italy, and we're a partner of one of the biggest clubs in Europe. Obviously, we live in the 21st century, and the technology is developing and evolving from year to year. We've got things like DBR, virtual advertising. You can see, numerous different brands there. So I personally see this as an opportunity for us. And a good example is that we have recently partnered with La Liga, the official betting partner in the CIS region. And the new restriction haven't really stopped us. However, for big brands like Betway and Bet365, for example, I think it was 2 years ago, you've probably seen most of the lower tier clubs were sponsored, the title sponsor were Bet365 and Betway. For them, it's a big impact for these brands. But for other brands, I think it's an opportunity, and for clubs as well, because they can attract different the betting brands depending on the territory in which they operate, and so this should be. I personally see this as an opportunity. So.
I mean, how effective do you see these sort of sponsorship agreements as? Do you think that they're still going to remain one of the main ways to build brand awareness in new markets?
Well, personally, I see that. I think that sponsorship is a powerful way to engage with the consumers overall, and entering into different sponsorship agreement can get access to the space outside the reach of regular marketing channels, as to create a unique touch point opportunity through which to build the brand awareness, if that makes sense. So I think, and then also you're communicating directly with fans who are engaged with football, and these two things they correlate with each other. So I think sponsorship is an inevitable part of the marketing mix.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, Parimatch is obviously looking forward to well, returning to its native Ukraine imminently with the legalization of gambling in Ukraine this year. Do you have already have sort of plans in store for how that launch is going to go? How you'll sort of break into the fresh Ukrainian market?
In Ukraine, the situation is at this moment is that the brand awareness of Parimatch in Ukraine is already at a very high level. I would probably say, I'm not afraid of saying this, but we're nearly reaching that 100% when it comes to recognition. And the attitude to the brand has also changed over the last 2 years, partially due to the contracts that we have in place with, when we talk about local contracts, Shakhtar Donetsk, the number one team in Ukraine, with the title sponsor there. Also, we have signed with some big global names, and have attracted global ambassadors, and Conor McGregor is a perfect example of that. So the attitude to the brand has changed a lot as a result. And we are continue doing that with, as I mentioned before, we have partnered with two big English Premier League clubs. We have also partnered with Juventus. We have signed a new agreement with Fnatic as well when it comes to esports. So it just proves that we're keen to work officially, and we are trying to be as transparent as possible to our clients and our audience. So when it comes to both things, it acts as a synergy for us. So yeah, this is the way I see it.
Excellent. Well, we've talked about traditional sports. How about esports? I mean, Parimatch is also being, closely involved in esports. It's an area that's really still quite a specialist niche, we could say, something that's still not entirely understood by some operators. How important do you think partnerships are in the esports area, and do they have to be dealt with in a different way, do you think, to compare to other kinds of partnerships?
Esports is a big thing right now, which cannot be ignored. And the growth of this niche has been so explosive. And I think I've read in an article that the estimated market worth will be nearly 30 million by the end of this year. So I think this is something that cannot be ignored. And a good example would be David Beckham, who has invested a ridiculous amount of money recently into esports, and just shows that it's not just a betting brands who are interested in this market and into this category. So I think this is something that we must be focused on. And the situation that we are, and in which we are right now, obviously with COVID, and has proved that esports is very important for betting brands. Obviously, in the absence of traditional sport, as you mentioned at the beginning, esports has proved to be a perfect substitute to that, which has certainly attracted new fans, new clients. Myself as well, I wasn't a big fan of esports, but obviously in the absence of traditional sports, this was something that I was looking at, not as part of betting, but I was just interested in what's happening there. So I think this industry cannot be ignored. And we have also witnessed the involvement of other brands other than betting, as betting. So, and as a sporting gaming industry, we cannot ignore it, and we must focus to be the primary sponsors of such things.
Brilliant. Well, Nikita, thank you for your time. Is there anything you'd like to add before we finish, or anything that you're looking forward to at Parimatch?
Just follow us. Stay tuned. Maybe we may announce something as well this year. So we are working towards this, and we're not finished. We're not finished yet.
Excellent. We'll expect anything at any moment from Parimatch. Very well, Nikita Lazarev, Global Sponsorship Manager at Parimatch. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for your time, and we'll speak again. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.